Hello guys, welcome once again to the David and Goliath show. I'm your host Egan, and today I've been joined by two gentlemen, Derek Dangote and Caleb Ongori. Introduce yourself shortly.
Okay, my name is Mwavali&Caleb. I'm the ambassador of Pearl City to Kilifi. I'm also the CEO and one of the founders of The Click, and also former manager Kote TV. And also I'm a member of the Kilifi Women Representative Media Unit, Honorable Getun Bay.
As you heard, guys, I'm Caleb Ongori. I'm a student in Kony University at Adia, and I'm glad to join this show.
Thank you very much. I know guys, you've been asking yourself what we have for you in this episode, and it's a very intriguing topic. Let's listen to our guests because I know they have a lot for us. Okay, so there's this thing about tribalism. Actually, tribalism has been a topic that it's huge. It's huge. It's in every place. Every place. Ukienda hapa, there's tribalism. Kule, there's tribalism. In our schools, there's tribalism. So, to my thinking, I was like, hey, what's the source of this tribalism?
According to me, first of all, if you check the issue with the tribalism, it is majorly breeded in campus right now. But tribalism begins far. It really begins back at our home. You can be at home in a scenario whereby your father and his brother, your uncle that is, your uncle marries a lady outside your community, and how your family treats that lady. Some kids grow up knowing, manze, I can't marry from a certain community. That's what our mothers tell us. But now, right now, tribalism is highly breeded in campus. Angalia siasa campus. Let's start even where we are right now, Pwani University. Kuna the Luos, the Luyas, the Kalenjins, wanajitanga the big tribes. You get it? Then kuna zile tribes inaonekana they are small tribes. People do start voting in line with their tribes back in campus. So, tribalism begins at home. Mnaingia shule, mnapata mnawekwanga kwa two clusters. Sijui you are a Luya, go to that group, you are a Kalenjin, go there. So basically, you grow up in that ethnicity or in that atmosphere of I'm a tribalic guy. When now you reach to campus, it's at the peak. You want to vie, you are a Luya, go there. We are so and so, we can't vote for this tribe because of this reason. So each and every place, tribalism is breeded.
We've talked about breeding, and you've said that it's mostly breeded in campus.
Yeah.
Yet I've also heard you say that it begins with huku nyumbani.
Uanzianga home.
So inakuwa like source yake kabisa ni
Source yake ni home.
Source yake ni home.
Wewe mimi nimegrow up, my mama ananiambia, manze Derek, usiniletee mwanamke Mkamba.
I hear that a lot in many people.
but let me
Caleb, tell us.
and try to interject. I can choose to differ with Derek. You know, when you say tribalism is growing and is pleading mostly in campus, and is saying that it starts from home. What is bringing this tribalism to existence is not where it started. Why? The why question is tribalism is evolving around the issue of loyalty to one's ethnic cultural perspectives. How much you value your ethnicity. The issue number 2 is the end root and the bride of your ethnicity belonging. That's the reason why I was reading a certain article by Standard Media, and it's saying that what is ironic existing is we plead people to spread the ethnicity among themselves, and we forget from ethnicity is where the issue of tribalism is born.
Now actually, you know, sorry to say this, but he lost it. You're getting it? You asked me where. You didn't ask me why. I was responding to the where. So basically, you see, ethnicity and tribalism are the same thing. But where is it breeded most? In school. So why is what he's trying to respond. Trying to interchange the question. So he's not going against me basically. He's trying to bring another angle of where this begins. Let's just speak honestly. You are you're Caleb Ongori. Ongori are Kisses.
Yes.
I'm basically, for me, I'm a Kenyan. My dad is a Luya, my mother is a Luo. So why should I recognize the sperm and not the womb?
According to Kenya,
No, forget about Kenya.
Just give me a minute, tafadhali. According to Kenya,
Yes,
they
yes,
say
yes.
that penye baba yako anatoka, that is your tribe.
Sawa.
Actually, that's
I'm a
the
Maragoli.
reality. Yes,
Fine.
yes, yes.
According to Kenya, not according to me. Okay. So you're even breeding tribalism yourself by forcing me to believe in the theories of
But
Kenya.
he said according to what is being
Now,
perspected
look,
from the community.
Let's say this.
Yes.
I'm a Maragoli.
Yeah.
I'm told, Derek, hey, don't bring your Kisi lady.
Okay.
Don't bring your Kamba. So already, I'm growing up with the mentality that, oh, so I cannot mingle with this tribe. You grow up unaambiwa manze wa Kamba ni wachawi. That's why wezio huko. So ukifika kampo, wana spice up whatever you guys were told back at home. You getting it?
Okay.
So unapata ulianza ukiwa home. Manze mama anakuambia Caleb, tafadhali be wary of Kamba people because of this reason. Be wary of the Luyas because of this reason. Unaona?
Okay.
When you reach now here, you say, hadi ukitaka kuingia siasa. You have to affiliate yourself with what? With the ethnic group.
Ethnicity identity.
Yeah, you see. So, go back to the European society of living, whereby a kid is growing up, he doesn't bother where he was born or where she was born. They just grow up, mingling, having fun. They know we are all Japanese. Are you getting this?
Yes.
Sisi wote ni Japanese. But if you travel and check, utafanda huko kwa Japanese pia kuna to small to minute, different languages. But sasa wale wase they have been brought up in one thing that we are a country. Why can't we Kenyans bring up a kid and say you can intermarry from the Kikuyus, from where we are all Kenyans? When you reach to campus, you say, hey, Caleb will elect Caleb because he's our voice. He knows how to speak. He knows how to articulate things. He's a good leader.
But still, Derek, how sure are you those things are implemented hapo majuu? Venye unasema iti wanakuwa brought up. Unaona hata hii kitu yenye unaweza pata a person ni mzungu na kuna mwingine of a different color.
Yeah.
But still wanabagua. Why?
But I can tell you on that. Now,
Okay.
Now on that issue comes in the issue of racism. When they are being brought up, for instance, let me take an example of an African country, that's Rwanda. Those people, all of them, they have tribe, but they are being brought up and known like they are Rwandanese people, afraid following what happened. You see, even you go to Chinese, you cannot hear I'm from a certain tribe from Hong Kong. No, they are being brought up to appreciate the nationalism, not ethnicity progress of the perspective.
That is it. They appreciate nationalism, but not ethnicity.
Ethnicity,
But in Africa or in Kenya, we appreciate tribalism at the extent of
Ethnicity.
And actually, it even starts in campus. Serikali ni ya Wajaluo. Serikali ni ya Waluya.
But what makes remember you said from home you are being brought up told that don't intermingle with this person.
Yeah.
But what happened most in the campus is this cultural awareness, this having that pride of belonging to a certain ethnicity, whereby you are being forced to appreciate your ethnicity belonging.
Now, let me ask
from
you a
the
question,
social
Caleb.
perspective.
Have you ever gone home, visited a family, then naambiwa the first question is you're asked, hey,
Yes.
what's your name? And then you say your name. Oh, so you're a Luya. Have you found yourself in that scenario?
Of course, yes, I have been. to
Actually,
one.
that's where I was going. Let me interrupt you guys. Niwaulize swali.
Yeah.
Kuna hii kitu, sisi venye tuko campus, we are the upcoming leaders.
Yeah.
Tribalism ikianza na hapa, inamaanisha kule juu, it worsens, si ndio? So kama umesema nini, hayo mambo na tribalism yanakuwa breeded hapa sana.
Yes.
Yanaweza achishwa vipi? Ndio tukienda huko juu tuwe better leaders. Do you think it will ever stop?
Actually, for me, I do believe one thing. Tribalism is a sensitive thing, especially in a country like Kenya, that has been embedded, grown, brought up among youth. Every generation and perspective is a big tree. To end it is to start with the root of it. How? Just they'll make these people aware. There's no way you can praise ethnicity and expect to disgrace tribalism.
Yeah.
So It's higher time for this nation to end one thing called ethnicity. Appreciation of ethnicity should decline as much as possible and start appreciating nationalism. To be that patriotism of saying myself, I'm a Kalenjin, I'm not a Kalenjin, but I'm a Kenyan. You see? Not to have this cultural appreciation. Yes, ethnicity has advantages, but tribalism has a lot of disadvantages. There's no need to appreciate some advantages while we are being eaten up by a lot of disadvantages. Is we lose and appreciate something that is not going to eat us, value ourselves as one nation, one people. Yeah.
Because even if somebody akiku-identify with your tribe, kati ya tribe yako na nationality yako, mtu akiku-identify kule nje, tuseme majuu, Mkenya ameperform, mnasherekea, eti Kalenjins ndio wanasherekea ama ni kila mtu?
We just appreciate like a nationality.
I usually say tribalism and ethnicity is something that, number one, to uproot it in Kenya is like asking water to climb a hill.
An impossibility. Mwavali.
Because,
okay.
you know, when you check these, the reason why I laughed is this. Let's travel to Rwanda. Rwanda has 2 tribes. There is a time these 2 tribes really fought, and it was chaotic. Yeah, you remember the Rwandan genocide?
Yeah.
It was really chaotic. That after it ended, there is how they had an agreement. Until now, it's not there. It's not only in Kenya that tribalism is there. Let's go to Tanzania. Tanzania has so many tribes than Kenya.
Yes.
But the founders of Tanzania, the Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, understood the power of ujamaa. You getting it? You are my brother. I'm your brother. You are my sister. You getting it? Whether you are from the Konde, we ni Makonde, or wewe ni untoka Tandale kwa kina Simba, we are all Tanzanians. But now come to Kenya. Ilianza na kina Kadu na Kanu, kulikuwa na affiliation pale.
Yeah. You
getting it?
Here?
Jomo Kenyatta, when Jomo Kenyatta was in prison, Oginga Odinga tried and said, you know, Oginga Odinga said, I cannot become the president when someone who is older than me is in prison. When he said this, it did not mean that Oginga Odinga was inferior. It just meant that Oginga Odinga is having respect to a fellow countryman who is older and deserves this. You getting it?
Yeah.
But now when these guys came in, wakasema sasa serikali ni yetu. So the founding thing of tribalism ilianza back in 1963. We are now 60 years old as a country.
The root
is there. It already started up. It went from politics, it went to business. Biashara ni ya Wakikuyu, biashara ni ya Wakalenjin, biashara ni ya Waluya. It went down to family level. You can't marry these people because we don't even there is no even a concrete reason why I shouldn't marry.
Yeah.
But
so by the time unafika kuikata, it's really big.
But kuikata, honestly, appreciation of nationalism.
Look, appreciation of nationalism comes in very easily. Let's take for example when you are going for sports. Tukiendanga mbio, hatujuangi ego ni mjaka.
Yes.
Calligraph akipiga show moja kali hatujuangi ni mjaka.
Exactly.
When Kipchoge wins a race hatujuangi ni mkale.
We just appreciate. But do you know what is influencing this thing to be larger and larger than it is? Why am I saying that we have to afflict this issue of tribalism and focus building nationalism? Tribalism first is built from political perspective, major in this country. If you look from the political perspective, is where we have leaders who are taking advantage of this already cruel thing existing in the society, and are they fighting for their personal gains. But as Kenyans, if you look, there are some leaders who are just focused about settling for the nation. But there are some who are just settling and saying that I have my background. So to end it, we are the one to end it as we were the one who started it.
Ending it in a political angle begins with number one, stop forming coalition based on ethnicity.
Yes.
Ukienda Tanzania kuna
Can I interrupt here?
Yeah.
Niwaulize. Hii kitu si nadhani ndio end. Okay, unasema through the political perspective.
Yeah.
Eti kutoa hizo collision
From
political ethnic.
Dangote, let me tell you something. Tuseme mimi ni Mjaka, wewe ni let's say Luya, ndio. Tumewekwa kwa collision moja. Na maybe kuna ile wrangle tulikuwa nayo ya our forefathers.
Yeah.
How do we stop that? Ndio sasa tukuje tujijenge, tujue huyu Mtaita Taveta, Mluya, Mjaluo tunaweza kaa kwa collision moja na tuelewane.
Now let me tell you one thing about politics. Politics will align ideas simply because we want the seat.
Okay.
When we get the seat, we can go back to our angles.
Okay.
I've ever seen, see even check in campus. You have elected leaders during campaign, they are very united.
Exactly.
But when they get into office, they start stupid wrangles.
Yeah.
So the thing is, number one, this thing starts in campus. We have to bring out a generation whereby, we cannot change the generation that is ahead of us, the millennials. But Gen Zs tunaweza change, unaona? Whereby when we start here in campus, number one, do away with coalition formation. Do away with the delegate system. It's the one that is breeding tribalism. Actually, delegate system of election in campus is what is breeding tribalism. Since someone now will be elected based on his tribe, you're getting it. Do that away, bring universal suffrage.
Like
Because
man,
it's a baby step thing. It won't happen on a boom. But if a generation comes in whereby they believe that living in love, peace, unity, harmony is the way forward, then the country will change. Imagine in campus, we only unite when we have a very serious thing like one of us is attacked, hapo unite. But when it comes to politics, also lecturers should stop grouping people on terms of you are a tribe, go do this thing as a tribe. You getting it?
Yeah.
You are a Kalenjin and Maluya, yes. These we are learning, it's linguistics, for instance. Linguistics means study of languages. I'm here to learn the Kalenjin language, you are here to learn the Luya language. Take 5 Luyas and 5 Kalenjins, take 2 Luyas, 2 Kalenjins, 2 Luos, 2 Kambas, place them in the same group. Let them share words from their languages and then translate them to an English language. That's how you end it.
An instance yenye lecturer maybe anapeana table yenye anataka mjaze tribe ya tuseme Luo. Mkiweka hapa hivi Kalenjin nini. Si hapo hivyo nadhani ni orderliness.
It's not orderliness.
No.
Because you have already incastigated in this student that to do something at some point, because what you are teaching this student, you on academic angle you are correct, but on a social angle you are wrong. What you are teaching this kid is that, or you are teaching this student is that for you to address something or for you to address certain things, you need to sit with your tribe.
But I guess the first thing is to question, is it necessary to achieve academic excellence by grouping them tribalism?
Because he's a Kisi. He's just a Kisi. I'm a Luya. You getting it? We have given us an assignment to do something according to our tribes. You getting it? How do you bring harmony? Tell him, bring your fellow, let Onesimus akae hapo, let me come with Denver, we sit here, let Dehan come there with Flex, they are from Luo, let Maggie come with Maria, they are from Kikuyu, we sit down. You
and discuss this issue
we discuss this thing. They come with the words from the Kikuyu, they come with words from the Kisi, I'll come with words from Luya. We translate them to English. You getting it?
Yeah.
You'll be teaching these people that you need teamwork despite where you come from and achieve one thing. You getting it? In Tanzania, they have so many tribes than us. Right now in Africa, there are over 3,000 non-tribes. 3,000 non-tribes in Africa. And there are countries where tribalism even is not known. They don't even know about it. But
actually, it's something new.
It's something new.
Yeah, actually.
We imagine unaingia tuko nchi unasikia, hey, how are you? What's your name? My name is Lavender. I'm a South African. But you go to a Kenya class, unaingia unasikia, my name is, as a matter of fact, they tell you, introduce yourself, where you come from. Number one, I come from Kenya, but now you're asking me to introduce myself, where I come from. My name is Caleb Ongori. I come from Kisi.
The reason why they insist is that culture appreciation and prideness of the culture. To the point of Dangote was saying that to end this tribalism, we can start where it has bleeded most, like in university,
Campus.
in campus. Why? In campus is where we have this exposure exploration of what's happening, having a lot of information, discovering a lot of issues.
Here we have a lot of intellect when
like the way alisema akiwa nyumbani au anaambiwa aje don't marry a Kamba lady. Unajua ukiwa huko uestate kuuliza why. But when you come to campus, like the research I learned from Standard Media on 2013, they did research on the issue of tribalism. They say the education system of high campuses was brought up to influence people and give them knowledge on diverse issues like this issue of sensitivity on tribalism, meaning they brought in one of the goals is to end it. But what is happening is we are bleeding it from the culture appreciation. So in the awareness, this chance we have to have it in an awareness. We have to promote the nationalism from this youth. So when they go out there, they will spread the nationalism appreciation more than ethnicity appreciation.
Actually, back on our cultures, back at home, don't marry from this tribe. There are 3 ways we can end tribalism bit by bit and ensure that by 2064, because according to AU 2064, not 2064, it's 2060, they are expecting that Africa will be a united state.
Yeah. Whereby it will be one.
Yeah, it will be one. Reading one page. Whereby when you go to a table with the European, we are saying we are Africans. If right now I'm to stand in a summit whereby they are Europeans, I'll proudly say, my name is Mwavali Derek. I am an African. I hail from the Kenyan state. You getting it? I enter in a lecture, I'll say, my name is Mwavali Derek. I'm an African from Kenya. You getting it? Imagine somewhere like USA, it's a very big state. My name is Sandra, I come from California. I'm a United States American citizen. But ukikuja Kenya, you're told, hey, my name is Lavender, I'm from Kalenjin. That does not add up, you're getting it. So first of all, anzia campus. And a campus, tell the campus people, no more tribalism. Try the delegate system, let us suffrage, let's elect people. That's the first way. At home, tell your parents that, mom, dad, advice intermarriage between 2 tribes. Suni mkisi, nikiwa mkisi na mimi ni Mluya, huyo mtoto anzaliwa anakuwa tribe gani? For instance, me, I don't have a tribe actually.
Okay. But what of these illiterate parents? There's a parent mwenye utamwambia and they'll not see the sense. Watasema according to our culture.
According to your culture.
So how can you help such?
On that angle of according to our culture that a parent claims, for me I'll say this. Right now, so many people are educated.
Exactly.
We are going with the number of educated people.
And if I see in Kenya, they are saying around 80% of the nation
is educated.
So
tuko tu na 20%. Those millennials ndio watatusumbua kidogo, unaona? Sasa no, they usually say you'll go with the trend, unaona? Trend ikianza manze watadai hivi wa right now. You getting it?
Yeah.
Kama haya mambo ya CBC.
Yeah.
Some people are getting
Walikata.
But it's implemented.
Actually, this is the last exam, 844, right?
Yeah.
So you see that intermarriage thing. What do? You just tell them. Number one,
you just go against it.
Parents, we want you to know this. For us to help this country grow, we need to work as a nation, not as an ethnic group. So, number one, it's not wrong for a Luya to marry a Kalenjin, neither is it wrong for a Luya to marry a Luo. You get it? If a child is born between this intermarriage, acha kusema ni mtoto wa baba, acha kusema ni mtoto wa mama, ni mtoto wa nchi.
Exactly.
Actually,
so, ukigrow up, utajua mtoto wako ni Mkenya.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you people, what do you have maybe the last remarks before we close the show?
For me, the last remark I can say, tribalism started with us. And as the responsible generation, the next phase of leadership in this country, we are the one to take the responsibility and act upon it. So what we are supposed to do is promote nationalism. It's higher time we remove this thing of ethnicity identity and ethnicity appreciation in terms of culture. Let's implement the culture of the nation rather the culture of ethnicity in order to curb the issue of tribalism. Let's elect leaders who have interest of uniting the nation, rather leaders who go there say that my community, my tribe has not been allocated a certain position, so it's wrong.
I'll fight the government.
So I'm fighting the government because my tribe, my region has not been in the system, as others are saying that the government is of shareholders, so the shareholder is of less. Let's promote nationalism. Say we are Kenya and we are going to work for Kenya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll only have two things to say. Number one is, as young people growing up, let's start speaking on the angle that I'm an African and a Kenyan and not a Maluya.
Yeah.
The second thing is that I'll urge campus students, let's unite in the angle of Kenyans and brotherhood and sisterhood. We are all blacks. Let's not unite on the angles that you are from Luo or you are from Luya. If it's electing a student leader, as Caleb said, elect because you can work.
Yeah.
Not because he's a Luo.
Thank you very much, guys. Actually, it's been a very interactive session, and I'm so happy and glad to have you. Hope we'll meet next time, because this kitu, by the way, it's a very wide topic.
Yeah, actually,
Mtapata kuwa hata kuna vitu vingine hatujaguzilia because it's very vast.
Actually, ndio nilikuwa nimeanza.
Okay, thank you, guys. Okay, my people, thank you once again, and tell us what you think. You've heard whatever Mwavali and Caleb has told us. Please, your comments, maybe there's something we've left out. Tafadhali, just comment and tell us so that we may be able to have your contribution towards this. Actually, it's been a good session. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and even view our videos, because you are our bosses and we are here for you daily. Don't forget that your support is highly appreciated. I've been your host, Egan. Till next time, have a nice time.